ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and girls, nerds, weebs, and otaku, welcome back and welcome home.
Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Writ and Writ Ralph, talking to you straight from our show here, the Writ and Writ show, where you and you get creative, have fun, and geek out. And today we got a beautiful amount of people here, all hanging out, getting ready to be geeky. You got Laurie and Frank, and of course Nathan at his dinner table.
What's for dinner?
Yeah, Nathan, what's for dinner?
Sauce.
Hot sauce.
That's the best answer. The best answer.
I can't believe that the Anime NYC is 3 weeks away.
Wow.
3 weeks away, folks. Anime NYC. And of course, you know, we love Anime NYC. We're going to be heading out there and covering all the beautiful things. And Nathan is actually working on a new intro for us because we got a friend to do a song for us. I know Nathan was like, ha. Because Nathan's also working and doing a bunch of other things and working on cosplays.
Oh, nice.
That tells us a little bit how far along Nathan is on his progress.
Sounds like very sarcastically.
I was like, that's a see, here I am, John. You can't get rid of me. I'm still live. Here I am. Here I am.
I feel like John is just going from show to show.
He finds me wherever I am, and he's just like, "Hi," and then he's like, "You're still alive." He's like, "Wow, Laurie," and then he's like, "It's the Calcaterra-thon."
That's how you make sure your Kickstarter does well, man. You know, you gotta like really kick the Kickstarter, make it do what it needs to do, and make it work.
In the butt.
Exactly.
Look, and it's Chad Perkins.
Oh, hello, Chad. He was on. He commented on the last show too. He's like, "You again?" I'm like, "Haha, here it is."
They're all just following you around.
These are my friends.
Even I was in the chat of the last show.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Laurie, let's get you started off because I like to get the Kickstarter out there in the open so people can see it, and as we do the show, they can support it. So tell the people all the good stuff. Give them the spiel.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Path of the Pale Rider is, let me give you kind of like, if you like these. If you like Fallout, Book of Eli, Spaghetti Western, Walking Dead, and then you sprinkle on some Cocaine Bear, that is Path of the Pale Rider. It's a world where death is broken. And what does that mean? That means that your body can die, Frank, but your soul does not leave your body when you die.
Ooh.
So you're you trapped in your body. You're not a flesh-eating zombie. You're not craving brains. It's you, but you are actively rotting. And as your brain rots, you get forgetful, you get violent, you can become vegetative, and it hits everybody differently. And did I mention that it's death that's broken? So it's people, animals, insects, fish, nothing dies. No bullet to the brain. No way out.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the world. And so we actually started this issue in issue 1 10 years into that apocalypse, we're following this cowboy named Jude St. Clair, who's like the last guy who see, now there's William Russell. That was just on
All
the show.
throwing up.
But Jude St. Clair is like the last guy still looking for the answer. He's the one determined to figure it out and to see if he could put the world back the way it was. So yeah, you're going to get things like giant undead bears. That's Big James. He's a fan favorite, which I don't understand because he is not nice. He is not friendly. He will turn you into hamburger. But people want everything Big James. I have t-shirts, I have pins, I have hats, bags, you name it. There's Big James. So again, those are kind of like our things, categories we fall into, and we're all of those things and none of those things, if you know what I mean.
That's the way
Right?
to be, man.
Yeah. There is a video. I don't know. It doesn't work there. That's interesting. But there is a video. So again, I've been hyping up this specific issue. Issue
Right.
7 is my favorite. Jude St. Clair has been on this journey, and everything has kind of led to this big moment in issue number 7. There's everything before issue 7, and then there's everything after issue 7. When I wrote this thing, I wrote it as a full-length movie script.
Wow.
So it's a 2-hour movie, and I was being told to pitch it to Netflix. And this is like the millions of dollar shot. You know what I mean? Where it's like, they probably wouldn't pick up that script because it's going to cost them too much money. And this issue is why. So Jude St. Clair is going into this place called the Undead Retirement Community, which there's been propaganda about this place built up throughout the issue.
Mhm.
White picket fences, and it's a safe place where you can go live out your undead years. And the undead aren't buying it. They're like, it's something else, but we don't know what it is. And so Jude is trying to get to this place called the Golden City. He meets this group of undead banditos that are like, we can get you there, but you have to do us a favor first. You have to go into this undead retirement community and like blow open the conspiracy, but it has to be a living person, because the undead are rotting and people generally don't believe them. Does that make sense? Because they're off. And so it doesn't matter what they come back and say, no one would believe them.
Makes sense.
So, right. And so they come up with this cockamamie plan to get Jude in there, which may or may not work. But then he has to see what it is and then hopefully get back out. It's about to be a bad day for these characters. Let's just put it that way. If you're new to Path of the Pale Rider, I wear this hat that says I drink the tears of my readers. Mm-hmm. Issue 1, I was like, issue 1, you meet the bear and it's a bad day. So I mean, like, I don't be too attached to any one character. Let's just put it that way. So, but I love this. This is just a GIF that plays through the previous issues, so you can see kind of like what it looks like and the things that Jude has been through. It's a wild ride. It's been a wild ride. It's about to get a lot wilder.
You ain't seen nothing yet, folks.
Ain't seen nothing yet. Like, this is the one where it's like, we thought it was bad here. It is way worse than anything we thought. But it's like, issue 1, it was bad because of Big James. Issue 2 was like bad because of like hillbillies at a saloon. You know what I mean? Like, issue 3, you start to see the world fall apart and the riots. Issue 4, it's like, oh, not only are there riots, but they've weaponized this technology and like they're collecting people against their will. Issue 5, we burn down a town with a giant swarm of undead bugs that someone lights on fire.
Wow.
Interesting.
So see what I mean? Like, it's escalating as we go. And so you've seen a lot of things. You ain't seen this yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet, folks.
You ain't seen it yet. We have.
You know what I like?
Gorgeous.
You know what I like?
What?
Chaos. That goes.
It is. We're about to. It's going to be a chaos bomb. I have some gorgeous covers by some very talented variant artists, and the first one was William Russell. We call that one Head West. He is gorgeous.
This is a
I
great
feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like his hat and his hair are one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he takes his hat off, the hair comes out with it.
Makes sense. especially if you're a skeleton.
He's just he borrowed someone's hat and the scalp came free.
There you go.
That's a nice piece of artwork for the cover. That's
Oh,
really
definitely.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
William,
I like it. I like it how you focus on the moon and then the the artwork of that skeleton, just how it's looking, and it's really positioned great.
Yes, I'm a William Russell fan. I get covers for just about every issue from William. So I have quite a collection at this point. And
So
we're going back and we're catching the issues before we met. So issues 1 and 2, we're going to go back. Like there's an add-on on this
when people do that
campaign.
in their Kickstarters, where they go back and they give you a reason to get 1 and 2.
Right. So you can get a William Russell variant of issue 1 on this campaign, and then we're going to do issue 2 variant William Russell on the next one. So
Nice.
yeah,
Feel
then
free
you
to
can have
stretch it out and tease people.
right, but I mean, like you can get like if you're a fan of William Russell and myself, then you get this great crossover. I write for William Russell as well. His series is called Psycho Sal. I wrote issues 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's closing up with issue 9. It's going to launch this month. I think he said the end of the month. And so it's just a great opportunity for us to kind of bounce each other's audience off each other. And if they like my stuff, they like his and vice versa. So
Nice.
This cover here, is this one of the is this a character in the book?
It's not, but he could show up. He could.
I was going to say because this guy looks badass.
He's pretty cool. I know. It's like, that doesn't mean that I won't write him in. William was like, he could go in later. I was like, absolutely, he could. He fits right in. So
I like that. You could use that on either. I mean, you don't, just by looking at him, you don't know if he's good or if he's bad.
Yeah.
So
right.
you can make him like almost like an anti-hero, doesn't take sides on certain things or whatever. You know,
my whole world is this gray, murky space where even like you can understand why the villains are doing what they're doing. So it's like he may be a bad guy in someone's eyes, and he might be someone else's savior. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's how I kind of write. The Dark Legend. The Dark Legend started out as a bad guy, the Master, and then he's like just one guy that's just lurking, and then he feels like in the stories like there's no one that could really save the humans from anything, so he steps up as the good guy, which he's like kind of like. And then in some of the stories that I have yet to publish, he sits there and goes, why is it always me? Why, like, he like
I gotta save your ass.
Right he's like, why can't the demons just go away and not bug me?
Right.
And like, so he's
buzz off, man.
Like, he's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy, but he just wants to be left alone,
right.
And, so he's like, and then there are things where he just contemplates things. He goes, kind of like, it's like when we all stress about something, right? And then we go, it's like his character has become like that, right? But that's what, but you design it, but you can't figure out which way he's leaning, which is kind of cool. I like that.
What do you guys think about this cover?
It's an interesting cover. I wanted to hear what you were going to say about it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So again, we've been foreshadowing propaganda. We've been showing you propaganda throughout the story about this undead retirement community. In fact, I make short films. And the very first short film that we did was a commercial for one of the undead retirement communities called Pine Fox. And so this speaks to the world and what you're seeing on the TV. So you might see commercials for the undead retirement community with flowers and white picket fences and people hugging. But again, there's people that are not buying into it, where that bottom right corner is like the URC is family and it says lies. And then you see the chaos of the world. So riots and bears and swarms of bugs. And so it's this good like push and pull against, what the world wants you to believe versus what is actually happening. So that one's propaganda. It's a great one. Great code
cover,
link.
yeah.
I kind of like that cover because it just throws your imagination
Yep.
in many different directions. Like you got the house with like the little farm or whatever, and then you got the flowers, you got the bear that's angry and must say ate somebody, you know, and then you got all the chaos with people and things burning, and you just got so many different ideas flowing. And I like it because then you have someone pick it up like, what the hell? You know,
makes you think, it makes you question.
But that's exactly what I'm doing.
And
like
that's
it throws off the mind, and it's like, what am I gonna jump into this kind of world?
Right.
With,
and I love this because this speaks highly to what's going to happen in this issue. It's like, is it all a lie? Do they play shuffleboard at the like undead retirement community? Are they watching Matlock? Or is it something much more sinister? You know what I mean?
I like it though, but like you want to throw off as a writer, you want to throw off, anything possible that you can to, like creating new content and like sometimes you got to throw those knuckleballs and curveballs at the reader and what they knew and what they're going into, and then you just throw them massive curveballs, which is what you seem to be doing.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That's where we live.
The cover is so beautiful that you're like sitting
it is. It's really awesome.
Wrong.
Yeah, he has this very painterly style. And now a lot of times when I'm approached by artists to do variant covers and they're very excited about the story because they've been reading it and they want to be involved. Sometimes they come with ideas, but this was my idea and I sought out Wade, and I was just like, I have this idea in my head of this stack of TVs and all the propaganda, and his painterly style really worked for this. And what was a lot of fun is that when he first did the TVs, he did them with like the lines, like there's nothing on the TV. And then he did all of these images separately, which let me animate this. So there is a short or a reel out there where this is animated, like the TVs turn on one at a time, and then like the sound of what's going on in the background, and then like it gets very chaotic, and then all the TVs turn off, and then there's this secret message like, can you get out of the URC? Are you okay? Like trying to reach out to people that are there. And that
alone is a great commercial for your book.
Yeah. I love commercials.
The bear needs a hug.
Yeah, Kevin. You go ahead and hug him and see what happens. I keep warning him. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I heard you saying that people really love this, and I'm like,
Kevin is prime example that he was like, oh, he just needs a hug, and I'm like, hug the dog. Sad pancake, you can hug this one, but do not hug the bear. So this is Les Gardner cover. So now this is one that has nothing to do with the book. These are two fan favorite characters. This is Lola, our undead bandita, who is smiling at you, but she will shoot you in the face. And then the undead puppy, Sad Pancake, which was an accident. Laurie is never going to let you go out in glory. This is true. I like you too much. I'm never going to let you hug that bear, Kevin. Never.
So. This is a cute cover, though.
Yeah, and people really dig it. It's like, again, they love Lola. She made such an impact in issues 4 and 5. And she's, again, one of those characters where it's like you can see where she's coming from, but she's not really someone you want to run into. She will shoot you in the face.
Not in the head. No, just in the face.
A nice cover. I get that feeling from her.
Yeah. She smile at you. As long as you're undead, she's cool with you. But if you got a heartbeat, nah.
She looks like that half fake smile that like, huh.
Yeah. You're like, it doesn't extend to the eyes. Is that what you mean, Frank? Where it's just like,
yeah.
No, is that a predatory smile?
The eyes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody loves her, but again, be careful. Be careful with Lola. Terry Parr. So this was another one that was my idea. I love zombie genre. I love horror. I love a lot of things. but this is kind of a play on that movie poster that you see with the hot girl that's alive getting pulled down by a horde of zombies. This is an undead girl getting pulled down by a horde of zombies. Why?
That's a good question.
Right? You'll find out. You'll find out. But gorgeous, right? Gosh, Terry Parr, so hot right now.
Definitely. Beautiful cover.
Mm-hmm. And then this one. This is Catherine Burkhardt. She is huge in the Red Dead Redemption community. And she and I met at a Comic-Con, and she was already doing zombies in the West. And I was like, we should be friends, you know, like. And so it turned out this cover that blew me away. This is titled Capitulate. And you got to look it up if you don't know what that means. And again, it speaks highly of what's going to happen in this issue. Sorry. It's not supposed to make you feel good.
I love all the teasers. You got to
yeah, but that's what you do with the posters. You I'm sorry. The you set people up, and the artwork's gorgeous, really is.
Yeah, people are having a hard time picking from that. So I put some bundles together and like deals where people can get like 2 covers for cheaper instead of paying full price. And all of them are available in the add-on. So if you really wanted every single one, you can get one. You know what I mean? We have so many Path of the Pale Rider shirts at this point. You could wear one every day. All of these designs are available on the campaign. I basically have just this blank t-shirt that you can back or add on. And then in the survey, you tell me which style and what size, and I put it together for you. We have 3 hoodies available as well. That yellow one is fan favorite. The green sad pancake one in the beginning that just passed, that's our new shirt. So, I mean, we got some good shirts, right? You guys are mesmerized. You're just like,
dude.
We got everything. We got comedy. We got, you know, beautiful art. That's a Gilbert. That's a Everett Walk. And that's a zombie tree covered in parts. We got parody.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's Ken Salinas. He does that voodoo style.
Yeah.
So and that was a cover that we did for issue 2.
Nice.
A ton of Big James. You know, this one I love too. It's The Divide. We got discs. So this is tech from the world that everybody wears. It's either a living disc or an undead disc. Again, there's just a plethora of really cool shirts to choose from. Yeah,
that's just amazing. You know, that's why I stayed on the shirt for so long, because I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So the 2 cover combo you were talking about.
And this is fun. You just you'll tell me in the survey which 2 covers you're looking for. Our typical package includes a physical copy, a PDF copy for $15, and then your name on the thank you page. This 2 cover combo is $20. So for $5 more, you get another physical copy. It's a pretty good deal.
It's a very good deal.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that looks cool.
That's awesome.
We do custom pops. This will be our 7th pop. Yep. And they range from living characters, undead characters. We got the undead bear in there. These are super limited. They're only available on the Kickstarters. I don't make extra. I don't take them to cons. They're not on my website. And they are exclusive as how many people order. And so I'll put 5 available for a character. And if only 2 people order, you get a 1 of 2. That's it. But we'll do max of 5. And so every campaign, there's a new design, and then we'll make 5 available of the previous design. So this one, I'll point it out. It's the last guy that's covered in, he's covered in beetles. This one, he's bleeding and covered in beetles. He is the new pop.
That looked interesting to me.
You got to read issue 5 and see what happens to him. It's a bad day.
I like the fact that you're really putting other things out there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like sometimes people get stuck on, well, I'm doing the book, you know, and then they don't do anything else. And then they go, why didn't my Kickstarter do well? I'm like, well, where's the options?
Yeah, you got to give people a chance to support you, right?
Yeah.
So give them some options. This is something I've been doing since the 2nd issue. I have a tier that's literally called Secret Reward. You don't know what you're getting, and the price will fluctuate depending on what my crazy mind has put together. And so I've done things. I 3D print stuff. So I've 3D printed Big Jameses. I've 3D printed like shadow boxes. I have built a working disc so it lights up and you can wear it. You can cosplay. I've done keychains that I laser cut bears and I inlay sterling silver wire. I've built boxes. I'm surprised I didn't make one for myself, but this one was super cool. It was a box with antique hinges, and inside of the box was a glass bottle filled with ashes and bones.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the whole thing about it was if you put a seashell to your ear, you can hear the ocean. What do you hear when you put a bottle of bones and ashes from the damned? You know what I mean? Because there's no death. Do you hear the voices? You know what I mean?
I was gonna say I was hearing some moaning or the voice. Can you imagine?
Do you?
Shut the door.
Yeah, close the box, like put it away. But so these are always something different. And this one is actually super funny. It is wearable. And it comes with a book, but this is something that I'm going to alter. So I'm buying something and altering it, and then you get to wear it. You will laugh if you get this one. We'll just put it that way.
Again,
it's gonna involve some of my time. I gotta spend some time on these. So I think I put like 4 out there. Yes, we have wooden covers because we are a Western.
That is sick.
Yeah. And it's really like it's attached to the book. Like you would get a metal cover on a book. It's just made out of wood. So I laser cut these myself. I clean them, stain them, and put a coat of poly before I attach them to the comic. They're gorgeous. There is no picture that can do these justice. In fact, give me 1 second because I already test cut the 1 for $7.
Ooh.
Let me show you.
All right, folks. She's going to go pick it up and she's going to bring it and show you off a beautiful cover, a wooden cover that you guys should be go checking out. And there it is.
Oh, that's
look at that.
Damn.
Like you can feel the ribs. They're raised. So this one is incredible in this wooden cover. And this isn't even done. Like I clean it up a little bit because there's always a little bit of flashing from the laser.
Right.
And then I just put a light stain on it. And then I put a coat of poly to make it like last for a long time. So
that is beautiful.
How long does it take you to do that?
Justice, yeah.
They take about 20 minutes each to cut.
That's still, I mean, it's
AZ Bolt says nice.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you. I mean, but that's just the cutting, and then I have to, add to that afterwards. So they take some time. And so that's why they cost what they cost. It's a unique item. You're not getting these anywhere else. And I spend a lot of time. Like you can tell I'm passionate about what I do because I do stuff like this. You know what I mean? So.
And it's so funny because we have a friend who does wooden covers.
Yeah,
wooden covers, and he sells them for a lot of money. So we can tell.
How much does he sell them for? I'm just curious.
Oh, dude, at least 400 to 500. Per yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me show you.
500.
Let me show you.
Like mine are 75.
Dude, that's a pretty good deal, especially let's see.
I can't remember. Do you get a T-shirt with there too? Let me double check.
Ooh.
It might just be the books. Let me double check. Because one of them. Oh, it's just the books. It's the book, name on the thank you page, and the digital copy. But like some of them, I'm like, if you back and it's like, I think it's over $100, you get like a T-shirt as well. You know what I mean? Because at that point, if you're investing that money, you get additional perks. So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes total sense.
So here's that William Russell variant. It's a limited re-release of issue number 1 because, of course, we've already done number 1.
Right.
But William Russell, we're playing catch up. So that's the Big James one, and it is available in the add-ons. So.
It also makes it good for somebody who's going to pick up probably sit there and pick up all the issues in one shot, because now they get something that nobody was able to get before.
Right.
And that, you're getting a whole different thing here.
Mm-hmm. And it's Big James, up close and personal. One of my buddies in the UK, it's his name is Ben, and he owns a production company called Bad Mosquito. He animated this. And so if you scroll on my Instagram, Frank, you'll see the video where he animated this, and like the maggots move, and then like he walks up into frame and then roars. And I was like, oh, it's so cool.
I gotta check that out. Yeah, I will definitely check that out.
Oh,
I wish I was that talented.
I gotta say, your Instagram looks really interesting as it is.
Thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of videos. I rebind books, and I'm having a beef with another creator right now, so that's on there. It's funny. It's all in good fun though. It's not like a serious beef. It's like we're having
those are the best ones, the fun ones.
Yeah. No, the non-serious ones are the fun ones, but it's like we're having a beef. I won a zombie ween contest, the zombie ween queen. And so someone's coming for my crown, and I told him that if he loses, he's got to shave his mustache off.
Ooh, that's
he's like doing some really awkward thing with his like close up of his mustache and tagging me in it. And I was like, take that down. That's gross.
That is gross.
I don't want to be associated with mustache dance. Get out.
Look at that mustache.
So that's why I'm like, sorry about that. That's weird, but it's just part of what's going on right now. So. The next one down, I'm also part of this anthology called Cthulhu Invades Fairyland.
I know this one.
Yeah, so I'm in that. I wrote a 14-pager short story in there. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast in a Lovecraftian horror light.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have the link there, so if you want to go back the campaign with the full 170-page graphic novel, click there. But you can get the 34-page preview from my campaign, so you can add that on should you choose. And it's physical. Yep, there it is. 408 backers. God, I hope to get
this is doing beautifully. Let's see. You got 20,511, 408 backers, 8 days to go, dude.
Yeah, this is Travis Gibbs, Orange Cone Productions out of Florida.
I should have known it was Travis Gibbs.
Yeah, I mean, like he does a ton of these Cthulhu Invades books. So this is the second volume of Fairy Tales, but he's done Cthulhu Invades Neverland, Cthulhu Invades Oz, and people just have a blast doing these. I did, so I highly recommend it. I got my special copy for that too. So.
I'll tell you folks, you guys got to go check it out, because it is a great anthology. He does a bunch of great anthologies.
Yep. But if you're just more interested in Laurie Calcaterra, you can get my book in this one as an add-on. So for $20, $20 will get you this one. I have a choose your own adventure style book, choose your own path. Nice. That's my world. It's Path of the Pale Rider. You put on the hat and the boots. You walk around the apocalyptic West. You try to solve bounties and see how long you survive.
Love it.
It's not long.
I grew up with these, so.
Yeah, I did too. I loved these when I was a kid. I was always reading these from the. You always put your finger in the spot, and you're like, "Am I gonna die? All right, I'm not gonna choose that one. I'll go a different way."
I always died. You
always died.
I died.
Well, if you like the dying part, you'll love this book.
Because I probably won't make it past the 5th page.
Now, you can die on page 4 if you piss off the bartender. It's possible. However, there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. Like there is a bear, there's an undead tiger. You can shoot kids, which is bizarre, but you can. You can become undead and keep going. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff in that book. So I highly recommend it. We do have a trade paperback, issues 1 through 4. And so if you are more of a trade reader, but you want to get caught up in the story, there's a way to do that. You would just back number 7, and then you would add on the trade, and then 5 and 6, and then you will have everything that we have up to date. So I made that available. It's 148 pages. It's also full of bonus material, etc., etc. It's good time.
So you can get all 7 issues, or you can get this and 5 and 6.
So you can get this 5, 6, and 7, and that's the whole story so far. We 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be our next trade.
Right.
So, but if you're more of a trade paperback, instead of getting like the catch-up tier that just has all the individual issues,
so you do have it.
Okay. Yeah, there is a way to do it. I was trying to cut back on the number of tiers I was creating because I get a little crazy.
But choices is always better.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like where we're at right now, I have a ton of people that have not backed because they have decision fatigue. Where it's like, I don't know which cover to choose. And I'm like, well, you got 2 days left, dude. Make a choice.
I gotta say, this is great right here.
Yeah.
Laser wooden poker card. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I did those. I added those on, I think, the second week because I have a lot of, you'll see them. There's a lot of exclusive items that I have at the beginning of campaign that always go fast, and they all sold out. And so I was like, people need more options. So I added these on, and I added on the squishies, which is the next one. Squishies. So it's like a stress ball.
A stress heart.
Kids love these.
A stress paw.
Yeah. Not edible. Not edible. Because every time I show them, people are like, can I eat that? I'm like, no. Put it in your mouth. Like, spit that out. So, but this was the hot item on this campaign. I only had 4. There's a company named Zombie 13 Customs. His name is Eric Borges, who makes these. And he puts a lot of effort into these. And sometimes he's just limited. Like, he'll go to the Tractor Supply store and they only had 4. And so he grabbed what they had, and that's all we had. But this people were gunning for this. I went live, and 10 minutes later, they were all claimed.
Wow.
Wow.
And I do unique items. I paint pottery. So I make mugs. I never make the same pattern twice. It's always it'll be like, it says POTPR, but the O is replaced with this big skull. And so these are gorgeous, and they're one of a kind. I never do the same color or the same style of mug twice. It's already claimed.
You were just talking to the collectible guys.
I rebind books. This is fun. Do I have one here? I do. I've been working on a big old batch for this creator named Christopher Brown. And so this one is Slaughterville, the Beast Within. And so when he ran his campaign, he'll run a tier where it's like, you can customize this book. And so I rip off the hardcover, I pull out papers, I add new papers, I paint the edges, I add an interior bookmark. This one is about werewolves, so we have a werewolf paw on there. They're gorgeous. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, the book already looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, this is my cover that I put on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because it comes with a printed cover, right? And I add the book cloth, and I add all this stuff to it. So this is what it looks like when it's done. So I'm working on his next book, which is Slasher. We had a slight snafu with the charms that go in the end that were axes. They came from China, and they were like undeliverable, and they sent them back. And I was like, really? So I'm waiting on like one more part to come in, and I'm going to ship him his books. But I always put one book on the campaign. That one is claimed, of course. It's The Bad Place, which fits the undead retirement community because that's a bad place. This is cool too. You can upgrade your cover to be Scratch and Sniff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So any cover, it doesn't matter which one. So you can back like William Russell's cover and add the Scratch and Sniff. And it's just basically a transparent sticker with a scent attached to it. The scent is listed there. It's called Cowboy. And it's not stinky. I promise you. No, I'm not sending everybody zombie scented books.
I was going to say, I was like, oh, you can smell the dead.
Yeah, no, that was actually suggested to me. They're like, what if you got a stinky one for the inside? So like, as you're turning the pages, you can scratch and sniff like and smell what's happening in the scene. And I was like, that sounds disgusting. And I'm in. Like, I will probably do that in the future. Thank you. So
the scent though is interesting. Citrus, bergamot, sea salt, and amberwood. That's a nice mixture.
It's pleasant. So I'm not sending you anything stinky this time. I did that last time. Right. And I got a ton of stuff that I've made for, like stretch goals and merch, and I got a ton of it left. So if you can't decide from the plethora of products that I have in the add-ons, you can add on a swag bag. There's a $10 one and there's a $25 one, and I'll just go through the merch and I'll pick and choose what I think you'll like, and you'll get it. So,
and of course, after we're talking in the green room, here's the hot sauce.
Here it is. I got 5 flavors. Brothers, I'll tell ya. This is a loophole that I use on. Don't tell anybody. Oh, are we live? Yeah, we're live. But this is a loophole. So, you cannot get my hot sauce from my website because I'm small. So there is a loophole with Kickstarter where you can add it on in the campaign, and I can ship it to you.
Oh, that's a great loophole.
Yeah.
Judy says, this was incredible, Laurie. So freaking cool. Wish I could have jumped on with y'all tonight. Yeah, Jesse usually does co-hosting, but he couldn't come on tonight.
Oh, we'll have to hang out another time. I also have a podcast. You all are welcome to come on that. It's called the Tuesday Morning Brew. So if you want to come nerd out with me on Tuesdays, you're welcome.
All right, cool. Might hit you up on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, these we have our best-selling box of this is a 3-box. And so there is a tier where it's like it's a sampler of 3 plus a comic, but all of these are also available in the add-on. So you can get a single bottle, sampler bottle of 3 and a flight of 5. And you don't have to get all 5 if you're intimidated or you want more spice and you don't want them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like in the survey, you'll tell me which bottles go in those boxes.
They all look like death to me.
What peppers are used in them?
Say again?
What peppers are used in them?
So the green one on the left is the mildest. It's a jalapeno serrano. It's great on everything. I put it on tacos and scrambled eggs and anything Mexican. So it's like jalapeno serrano. There's cilantro, oregano, lime, garlic, and onion. The 2 yellow ones are both habanero. I just changed out the fruit. So one's a mango habanero. The other one is jackfruit habanero.
Nice.
And if it wasn't good, I wouldn't make it because I hate taking apart a jackfruit. It takes me at least an hour to take the stupid thing apart. But the sauce is amazing. And so I tried it. I let a few people try, beta test it. I had 6 bottles on the last campaign. That was the hot item last one. And they're all gone. So it's good. I'll bring it back. Then step up a notch. It's a ghost pepper barbecue. I got this recipe from Christopher Brown, who also writes this book. So you can see we pass ideas back and forth.
Nice.
It's a really well-balanced barbecue. Molasses, brown sugar, smoke, ketchup, mustard, garlic, onion. And then the
barbecue sauce with a bite to it.
It is. And the heat comes on the back end. So you'll taste the barbecue sauce first.
Oh, that's good.
And you're like, this is delicious. And then the heat will build. So I can always tell, right, because I will take this with me to cons in Texas, and I'll take a sleeve of Pringles with me, and I'll let people try, and I can always see in their eyes when the heat hits. I'm like, oh, there it is. You got it, And then the one all the way on the right is called Reaper's Regret. It's Carolina Reaper and red bell pepper. Very simple. Lemon juice, garlic, onion, salt.
That's a big jump from habanero to ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no small increment.
You are correct, sir. Yeah. So now we're into stretch goals. So I do 2 different kinds of stretch goals. I do backer number and I do dollar amount. And I love these because we are building a full poker deck. And every campaign, every 50 backers, we unlock a card. And so this is great for people who are returning backers because you're not going to find these in the add-ons. These are free. Okay. However, the previous cards we unlocked are in the add-ons. So that way, if you missed cards on previous campaigns, you can still get a full deck. You just add on the ones that you missed. But
I got you. All right. So these are the free ones. And then
so those are the ones.
Okay.
Those are the ones you can add on. But if you scroll down, we've unlocked 2 poker cards because we're at 116 backers. So we have the Queen of Spades. Again, that's Lola, fan favorite Lola. And then the 8 of Spades. So those are the 2 that are free that every single backer gets. So what's great about this is like we have a $10 physical, copy with no digital, no frills, no bells, no whistles. And so at $10, you get poker cards. So you can come every campaign and get an entire poker deck for free.
The goal is to play poker with the cards.
Yes, that is the goal. We would like to unlock 3 poker cards every campaign. That's our goal, is to break 150 backers. Last 2
You're pretty close
campaigns.
to 150.
Yeah, last 2 campaigns we ended at 140.
Ooh.
140, 138.
That is
So we've been close, but we just haven't like pushed over the hump yet. So we still got 2 days. So hopefully more people will pile on here.
Nice card at 150 right there.
David Rodriguez. So talented.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. And then dollar stretch goals. We unlocked this bad boy. It's a giant indie PDF bundle. I love this because everybody gets this, including the digital backers.
I see you have a Jorge Medina.
Yes, I do. He's a good friend of mine, by the way. I love.
We love Jorge.
You call him Jorge to his face. That's amazing.
We love Jorge, and we gotta say, he's always a blast coming onto the show, and it's always great seeing him. And that's why we gotta always give him the shameless plug.
Hey, you got to. I'm excited for that book to come out too.
Dude, I am waiting for that book. I love the art on it. Oh my god.
It's a fun. It looks like it's going to be a fun adventure for sure. But yeah, so this one again, it's a little bit of everything, and everybody wins. If you back as a digital backer or a physical backer, you get this. And so who doesn't want 15 additional comics for free? Sign me up, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I love when people do this because you get a chance to check out other books, and it kind of like falls into your lap.
Yeah, and you never know, you could find your next favorite read in here.
Yeah, like Russ 5377.
That's a great book. Love that one. I got some horror. I got some fantasy. I got superheroes. I got dragons. I got anime style.
Does look interesting.
Yeah, that's Katie Shaw. She's an amazing creator. Not only does she write, she draws the series, and she also makes puppets.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so she'll make dragon plushies and puppets, which is super cool.
These look like interesting books. Some of them I haven't seen, which is always great because sometimes you end up with the same books over and over.
Yeah, I like to switch them out, and of course I meet so many people going on shows and people coming on my shows, and it's always great to be like, hey, do you want to exchange PDFs? Like, you can have mine for free. Well, can I have yours for free? And then we'll just, I like doing stuff like this to kind of promote other indie and then give free stuff to the backers when we continue to break goals. So always
folks, there you go. That's what you support.
Always good. We unlocked this bad boy. You didn't get enough scratch and sniff, did you, Frank? I got one. I got another one for you.
Oh, maple syrup.
Yeah. Sad Pancake is an undead puppy in our book that I allowed into the book. My artist Gilbert Perez, he picked up the series with issue 5. He was drawing this very intense scene where Lola does some bad things to people, and he drew a puppy into this scene. And I was like, cool, make sure you shoot the dog in the last panel. And he was like, excuse me, what? And that's how we got Sad Pancake. The fandom actually named him, which is super cool. Because I was like, name this puppy, LOL. I might or might not kill him. Surprise, we killed him. I would love to unlock the Slice and Dice this campaign. We're a little behind where we usually are, but this is usually a staple that we do where, again, everybody can participate in this, digital and physical. So I will put out a survey. We will name a fruit or vegetable. It'll probably be a pumpkin this time because we're going to be doing this in the fall. And then you get to vote on a weapon of destruction. That's right.
Damn.
So we have swords. The sledgehammer won a couple times. I've used a two-handed axe. Last one I did, I used a baseball bat with a circular saw attached to it. My buddy Von Fox, who writes this series called Murder Face, his big bad uses this bat, and he made one, like a real one. And I was like, haha, that's cool. And he's like, do you want to use it in the slice and dice? And I was like, say less, you know? So we murdered a watermelon together. But I dress up as Pikachu for this too. So it's a good time.
I like the sledgehammer. I like the pumpkin yelling before.
Yeah, it's like, no! Yeah.
Ooh,
This is a super cool one too. I don't know if we'll unlock this. I might end up just doing it anyway because I want to do it. But there is a candy company here in Texas called the Candy Crypt, and they are going to put together a fun size pack of gummies for everybody. And we call it Zombie Deconstructed because it's an eyeball, a brain, a set of teeth, and some gummy bears for Big James. Who doesn't want that? And yes, you can eat this one. Don't eat the squishies. Eat this one. So.
And you can have some brains for dinner. There you go.
Brains. Eat your own zombie. Yeah. There's like its teeth. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Gummy teeth. Who knew?
You can take a bite out of the teeth.
Yeah. I got some other stuff here. I don't know if we'll get this far, but we could. I got magnets. I'm actually going to rearrange this. So there's the magnet, and then there's some Lola art.
Ooh.
And then the next one, I'm going to switch this one with the magnet, and it's literally coffee beans that I roast. I roast coffee, and I will send you a bag of beans so we can have a cup of coffee together.
You are a Jane of all trades, man.
I am.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How do you have time to do all this?
I have a problem. I have too many hobbies. Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, damn.
You know,
bro.
I'm like looking at all this stuff. It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Thank you.
I'm like, how the hell does she have time to do all this?
I stay busy. I don't like downtime. I will go until I crash, and then I will be a burrito for a day, and then I need to go rebind books. Bye. So I'm always busy.
If I was
We've
wearing
never
a
broken
hat, I go like
What's that?
kudos to you, you know, but like I'm doing it. Wow. That's amazing that you were able to put all this stuff out. Really.
But I mean, again, it's like when you're on Kickstarter, you have to do stuff to kind of set yourself apart. There's a lot of books on Kickstarter, as there should be, because it's a great platform and it lets people like us connect directly with an audience and produce books without like the red tape or, you know, oh no, we lost Nathan. Or anybody else that's kind of like overseeing the project. Like you have setting deadlines or setting rules about what the content can be. You know what I mean? And so Kickstarter is a great place. And so, but again, it's like you can get lost in the sea of all these other projects. So I don't know, I have a problem. I'm over the top. I know I am. That's why I'm always like, I'm trying to cut back on all the tears because I have a problem. This is super cool. This is the first time I've done this, where I've collaborated with 2 other live Kickstarters and creators. So there's a series called Immortal Era, which I never met anybody else. I thought I was original. You know what I mean? When you write stuff, and I am. But like Immortal Era is another book where death is broken. It's a completely different take. Like we went Western and like zombies and kind of dystopian, and his is still very much dystopian, but it's like 200 years in the future, and it's like sci-fi, and there's witches and supernatural. Like it's really good. And we're reading each other's series, and we're finding like, oh my gosh, this reminds me so much of XYZ that I did in my book. You know what I mean? So if you like Path, I guarantee you will like Immortal Era. So if you back, there he is. Hey, who's this?
Oh, that's Shadowrabbit.
I was like, it's a different person. Hello.
We lose one, we get another one.
That's okay. Welcome. Like it's my show or something. Haha.
Lovely.
But if you back Immortal Era and Path, both physical, you will get a 2-sided metal trading card with art on it from Path and art on it from Immortal Era. And if you guys like animals, a lot of my readers do, because we're creating this whole undead petting zoo right now. There's this other campaign called Produce Cats, and it's exactly that. It's my friend Sarah White. She draws cats. There's Immortal Era. He's so close to 100 backers. 10 days
I was
ago.
gonna say he's like right there, man.
Yeah. He's doing real well. And this is his issue 11, and then his series ends at 12. And so it's a great.
I gotta tell you that I am really happy to see that you're partnering. I know you guys were talking about it in the other show, where it's a community, and and that's what I said. Like, it's easier to rise when you rise together.
Yes.
And we're not competition to each other. So I really don't understand that whole thing when people go, I can't help them, they're competition. No, we're all trying to get the same thing done.
Exactly. And I love reading everybody else's story. Ed Davis is a phenomenal writer. Ask me about Killer Karen later. I'll tell you a story after the show, because he's writing something for that. Yes, Produce Cats. She literally draws cats as produce. It's hilarious. And it's just, these are great stocking stuffers for people that like animals. It's like stickers and magnets and keychains, and she makes a majority of these herself. She was at the laser engraver today making keychains, and it's just super cute, and she's also a comic book creator, but this is her side passion. So
I love it. I love the fact you're all helping each other out.
Exactly. And I can vouch for these people. They're good people. So you're supporting people that will actually, 1, fulfill your Kickstarter, and 2, they really like what they're doing. So welcome to the rabbit hole. This, my friends. So
that's funny that rabbit showed up and now you're in the rabbit hole.
Frank was already blown away by the merch and by the hot sauce. This is something else.
Ooh.
I write riddles. And I do short films. So there is a whole interactive experience with Path of the Pale Rider.
Wow.
Every back cover of the issue is a riddle to solve. And you can find things like hidden videos on YouTube, hidden links to websites, working phone numbers. I have a QR code scavenger hunt. One of those videos is mine. The rest of them is just a fun walk through my brain, what I think is entertaining. One of them, the sign language one, if you solve that, something shows up in the mailbox from a character to you. So you get to touch the world like it's real.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You really are thinking through all this stuff. You're making people want to support you.
Well, and here's the thing. I wrote this story. It is a giant world. The comic book series is the meat and potatoes. You can read the comic, never do any of the riddles, and you will get the story just fine. But the riddles will enhance the story. You'll find out where people are coming from. You'll get to see some of the things that maybe we don't have time to spend on in the book.
Right.
And the story's being told from Jude St. Clair's point of view. And so there might be things going on outside of the, Jude St. Clair's path that maybe we want to explore a little bit more.
I like that. I always like when writers actually showcase all the stuff, because we leave a lot on the floor. We leave a lot.
Yes.
We don't show you everything when we write, when we give you the stories. We leave so much out of it, and it's always great to see when when writers actually give you the little bits and pieces.
Yes, and that's what these is, and a lot of them are bite size. You know what I mean? They're short, they're not long, and they're fun, and it's challenging, and it makes you think. So I love that kind of stuff. This is kind of the thing that I want from comics and interactive things. So that's what I put together for you guys. Do you have to do them? Absolutely not. If you're like, I suck at riddles, no worries. You just have a cool looking back cover.
I gotta say, I love it.
And then the short films. I'm way overdue for another short film, but I'm to the point where I need actors. I'm done trying to act all the parts and film myself. I did that in the third one, and it's hard. And so the first 2, I had people. The third one, it was a lot of just me. The fourth one, I had people again. I didn't have to even be in it. I was just filming and directing, and it was great. So, but these are interactive as well. Like I have people to act, but I'm also asking the readers, do you want to be in this? Because like for that last one, A Day in the Life, they took a picture of themselves, a selfie, making like a weird zombie face. And I put them through photo filters and I zombified 40 people for the credits.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. So you can see yourself in the short films if you want.
I still don't know how you do all this.
This is one of the things, unfortunately, that was the first on the chopping block as I started to get busier because now I'm writing anthologies. I'm writing other people's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have time to put these together like I want to. So
we've helped on independent stuff. So I know how much time it takes. So
because it's the filming, like making sure it's your equipment, it's the lighting, it's the sound, it's the editing and reshoots and
a part of that, you know, putting those things together, which in writing and doing all this other things that you're taking on, you know, there's not enough time in the day in order to
I need a clone, Frank, is what the truth
is. Well, that's what it is.
My team. This is Gilbert Perez. I love his shirt. He's our penciler and inker, very talented. You guys have to see what he's doing in this issue. It'll blow you away. Matt Chambers, our very talented colorist, will never ever come on a podcast, but I love him. He cracks me up. But it's so talented. Like it cracks me up because that's what he gave me for his bio. His bio is probably 4 times longer than that. He has been on so many freaking books and he just doesn't he doesn't want to, I don't know. He's very modest. We'll just put it that way. And this is Rachel Bullock, my editor, who has been with me since issue number 1. Incredible and keeps us on our toes, finds all the things. And then we have to be frustrated and go back and fix all the things. But that is her job. So you all know.
That is a great team. I gotta say, dude, you know, I guess it was a good thing that a lot of the people that were supposed to show up today didn't show up today because we actually had a time to go through everything.
Oh, goody. I was like, because it's hot. It's hard. People are like, you got 15 minutes. I was like, 15 minutes? Like, I'm never going to get through enough in 15 minutes. Like, we can talk about the hot sauce. Like, what do you want me to do here?
We just went through all that stuff. How do you do it in 15 minutes?
I don't. I'm just like, I got a really cool comic. I do hot sauce. I do this. I do that. I do this. I do this. And then I do short films. I do riddles. And then I do this. Please back my book.
See, folks, we got all this time. You saw all this beautiful stuff. So, you know, make it worth her while, man. You know, she just showed you everything. She gave you the whole spiel.
You got the whole tour. Got it all.
And I'm going to make it easier for you guys because I'm going to take the link and put it into the comment section. So, you know, I don't hear, Ralph, you didn't put it into the comment section. I'm going to look for it. And there is one guy who says that every single time.
Does he? And I mean, like, I just want to throw it out there that any creator that is going through a crowdfunding period, it is the most important time for us because this guarantees that we can pay artists and pay print charges and, you know, and I can put together all these crazy cool things that I do for you. So some people are always like, oh, I'll just pick it up when you're at a con or I'll pick it up when you're at your store. That's great. But you could also pick it up here. Help me guarantee I can pay my artist.
Exactly.
And you get all the stretch goals because you can buy the same books for the same price off of my website and get none of the poker cards and scratch and sniff and PDFs. And
see, I love that you do that. All people have is the book on the Kickstarter, and you're like, okay, that's nice, and I like to support. But you know, people like getting that extra, that special thing that nobody else is going to get because they didn't support the Kickstarter.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. And they should be rewarded. Absolutely. Because this is my core group. These are the people that are helping me on this path. At 100%, I'm rewarding them.
See, folks, that's what you want to do. That's what you got to do. Shadow, it's great to see you. I'm happy that you jumped on for at least a little bit over here. I know you're getting ready to go to Terrificon. What do you got set up, you know, as I show some of your stuff?
That's a good question. Basically, I've been grabbing everything I've got left over. Also, hi, I'm Lewis, if you don't know me. What's up, guys?
Cool.
What's up, Frank? Love you, man.
What's up, brother?
And I'm very interested in everything else you were talking I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, but I'm very
I'm
interested in your
Laurie.
comic.
Laurie.
Laurie, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to
Your
meet you
comic and
too.
hot sauce and
Whew.
every other endeavor sounds
And
extremely interesting.
insanity, yes.
I don't like insanity. Like we're all
As you can
crazy
tell from
down
his
here.
figures, he does like insanity.
That's where I live. Insanity. But it's good insanity. I love what I do and I'm passionate about it, right? That's where we all live. So
I think if
that
you're
was
doing it
close.
right, why not?
Thank you. What
So
is this
yes,
playing? This is your Instagram reel?
Yep.
these are my Instagram
Do
reels.
you
Yes,
make
ma'am.
all these things?
Yep.
I do. I'm a
Wow.
sculptor. Everything is handmade, out of clay or wax or something else. I can work on really anything. But basically, I could do prototypes, one of a kinds, whatever you want, really. So
Okay,
if you
so
come to
we're
me with an
friends.
idea, yeah, if you come to me with anything, we'll try to make it
As
work.
soon as I saw what you were doing, I was like, you and Shadow will be just fine.
Yeah, I was like, we're friends now. Right?
Already, I can feel it.
Right. Did we just become best friends? Yup.
Yeah.
Ah, look at you guys. That's awesome.
Oh, we love hitting the convention.
Well, and just everybody in the Bidnapple extended family.
Yep.
Yeah, you are. You know,
And Frank, who I will miss, but you got your own con, so
He's gonna be in Boston.
you're gonna be rocking it there, brother.
yo, I'll be promoting you too. Don't worry, I got you. You got me plenty of
Always,
times,
man, always.
You
I've
know,
heard Boston is a great show. Have you
That's
gone
right.
before, Frank?
this will be my fourth.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fourth.
so you know. So is it a good show like people say?
It's my second best show of all time, behind MegaCon. So
Got it.
it's
Awesome.
it has people that like to spend money. That's all I gotta say.
That's what you need, man. That's what you need.
So it has people of all types. I think Shadow would do great, but I know that's
I
a far
agree.
for a man. But lugging that stuff. But there's a lot of readers. The economy is really good in Boston, where people make, but they also go and spend. So it's like New York, right? I can't say I've done New York, but Ralph
Yeah.
could say that there are plenty of people that usually wind up. That's usually their best show for the year. If they do New York, that's one of their best shows.
That's cool.
Where I've done MegaCon and I've had the success down there. So, Boston is great. They've been great to me, so I don't complain. So, and I've gotten messages already about people that want to return to get the third book. So I've gotten messages on my Instagram. So, which is actually
that's
great.
the best feeling when people are like, "Hey, are you coming back? Because I need the next book." That's the best.
I already got people. It's like, when's the fourth and fifth one coming out? My God, it's coming. It's in the works. Fourth
so
one.
We need to invent teleportation and we need to invent time travel.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Forward.
Just fast forward to when the book is done, please.
We need to borrow Doc from Back to the Future.
There we go.
And just advance into the future.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Wow, look at all this stuff, man. That's super cool. You are so
stuff's
talented.
that I haven't seen.
Thank you.
Wow,
He fell over. Dang it.
I've just got the ADD that wasn't properly diagnosed.
Hey man, I feel you. I mean, they were like, "How do you do all these things?" And I was like, "Should I say it? Like, I'm on the spectrum, probably undiagnosed. Cool."
Hey, whatever helps get the magic out. But
I really like those skulls, bro.
Oh, those are for our buddies Wayward Raven. That was the Kickstarter whatever level that I was at. So that was
tier?
Yeah, the Kickstarter tier that I was on for We Suck at
Comics
Volume 2. Which
wait, isn't Sebastian on that?
Yep.
I believe he is. There are many friends of ours in there, including the one and only Writ Ralph.
Nice.
Because he was in it, I had to make them. I had to make a last minute pitch to get on the Kickstarter because I wanted to make sure that we got even more money to make sure this thing
That's funny.
launched. So that's me fulfilling my commitments to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They
Oh,
did
yeah.
get out, and they all
And-
got out in a timely manner, I might add.
And Shadowrabbit did a piece of art for my story. So,
He
you know, and it's not the art that he usually does. It's a nice, beautiful piece in here.
Which I was
Jeez.
honored for. And yeah, I I make pretty much whatever. Well, I mean, I like having fun with it. Really, I'm doing this as a cathartic expression. The
Yeah.
art, I'd be doing it anyway. I'm really honored people are buying it. It's the nicest thing having that type of appreciation for the thing that you would be doing anyway, and gives you some fulfillment in life. So I like making weird little things out of clay, and it makes my day that anyone else is rocking with me. So thank you, everybody.
You're cool.
And yeah, I'm hoping some people are digging it in Connecticut.
Yep.
I'm heading up there tomorrow night, so pretty excited. Mohegan Sun, Terrificon.
Ooh, he lights up.
Oh, yeah. I love
Yeah,
when
that's-
Shadow gets creative.
And that's for our other friends, Hit Point.
Oh, definitely. Beautiful card game. This is one of the characters from the card game.
Yeah, I
Look
enjoy that.
Look at that.
So
Yep.
many of our commissions are
I
from
got excited.
people that I know and now I'm friends with in the community. That's like kind of makes my day. And I think I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I've got a corner table apparently, so I'm not sure if I can wrap around it.
Nice.
But I'm not usually set up for that, so I just grabbed a bunch of extra things, and hopefully I don't break them all.
Dude, I was going to say you can take the big stuff, but that's a trip and a half of the big stuff.
I am going to bring some of the big stuff. I'm going down tomorrow
You got a
night.
place to show it off now.
Yeah, so we'll see.
You have a corner? You should do really good, dude, with the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm over by the card tournaments, I think.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
So we'll see what happens.
I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I don't know like how the layout is.
I was gonna say the worst day at a con's a pretty good day compared to anywhere else. So.
Yeah, that is
true.
And
I gotta say, even a bad day at a con is fantastic.
I've always had fun at Terrificon. I've worked it a couple times. I've always done well. So,
my worst day in comics is always better than the days that I spent working for somebody else.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly. I mean, if you're not doing something that makes you happy, why are you doing it? So, talk about Batman and making dragons out of clay makes me happy. So I'm going to try to ride that wave.
Cool.
The wave, bro.
Now, are you just going?
But
on
I
the
did want to
wave?
jump on. It's actually my anniversary right now. So
What are you doing here?
He wanted to pass by.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Shadow.
Shoo.
Enjoy your wife.
I love you guys, and
Shoo.
I hope I get to see you guys this weekend.
I'll be there Saturday. So
if I don't, Laurie, it's a pleasure meeting you, and I'm going to check out
I
all of your
sadly
stuff.
won't be there. I'm in Texas, but it was wonderful meeting you. So now that
that's
we're
fine.
friends,
I'm going to check out all of your work anyway, and
he will.
anyone who's listening who hasn't already been here, do the same because she sounds
Thank
super
you.
awesome, and she's been very pleasant to speak to. So that's
thank you.
also awesome.
Shadow,
And Frank,
when you get
you're the man.
When you get a minute, send me something on my personal or Instagram, and I'll promote you.
And Frank is the man. So
He's my boy.
There you go.
Happy anniversary, man.
Thank you, brother.
Go ahead, Frank.
Ralph. I'm gonna see you this weekend, right?
I'll see you Saturday.
Okay, can't wait, brother.
I'm looking
Okay.
forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, folks. That was Shadowrabbit, the man himself.
The man,
The
the myth,
legend.
the legend. Yeah.
His stuff is insane.
Awesome. Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. Like when he just like, oh my God, just like what you got to see wasn't like half of what he has. He has
He has so much. Yeah.
He really does. And man, he's going to kill it. I mean, Connecticut, I know he does, but pretty much he tries to do it every year when it comes around.
The small ones he does, and the kids pass by his table and they fall in love with all that
And
stuff.
they're just amazed on the characters. He's got something from DC to Marvel to
anime,
to Pinky and the Brain,
Doctor
to
Who,
Looney Tunes. Yeah, he's
Wow.
got everything. And he does. I miss doing Connecticut because like him being there or whatever. But
I gotta say, it's always fun when we go over or all at Connecticut. But Frank's at Boston, so
yeah, like I said, this will be my fourth show in Boston. I think third or fourth, I don't remember. But I tried that out a few years ago, and I did mention a show in Connecticut. I think like 2 years. I think I tried it because there were different days that Boston was, and then Boston just happens to be falling on the same weekend, so that's why I haven't been back. And Boston's it's my second best show, so.
So Frank, tell the people, give them the spiel. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. My name is Frank DiStefano. I'm the author of the Dark Legend of the Foreigner book series. So it's about an ancient Japanese warrior that got frozen 400 years in feudal Japan and wakes up in modern day New York, Central Park to be exact. So
God.
Yep.
Wait until you see the cover of what he really looks like. I'm sure it's on there someplace.
I'll get it. Keep talking.
If you can't come to Boston, my website is frankdistefanoauthor.com. And I'm on Instagram. You guys could see me where I am, but I have 3 books. The Dark Legend of the Foreigner, the first one, The Dark Legend of the Foreigner 2, Dark Lords, and the third one is The Dark Legend of the Foreigner 3, the 6 Dark Horses. And they all contain to one character named the Master, and you see his travels from 400 years to current time and the things that he gets thrown at quite often. And like I was telling Laurie, more about he's an anti-hero, not giving too many things away where he's, why me? Why me? Why do these things come out when I'm around? Why me? Why me? So he questions a lot of things, but he's definitely a badass. See, I was the first to curse.
Oh, I cursed a while ago.
Oh, did you? He's definitely a badass that you just don't want to mess with. His martial arts stay alone, but he grows a heart. So he grew where he did not have the opportunity because he was basically frozen at 18 years old. So so he didn't understand. He grew up in the mountains, being raised by his mother and father for about 18 years, and then he came down. I think it was 18. See, I haven't even read my own book for a long time. I'm too busy writing them, So all the stories gel together, but and then he didn't understand, the early, teen years or later teen years, shall I say, and he gets frozen, and so he has to be taught, to not be the way he is and be so vicious and so angry and stuff like that. You learn more about that, but his changing of that came more in the second one, and you see him molding and changing, and then he has care for some characters and he develops a relationship and things and stuff like that, add human traits to him where he's, you look at that character and you think, oh man, he's just a badass that's just going to swipe his sword at everybody and anything. But then I give him human traits that he might not look human, but he develops, and it makes him more human of a character, for those traits. Besides his fighting ability is just let alone by itself, but he develops those things. Like a lot of people that are recurrence people that follow the stories, they're like, I never expected that he was going to be human or or the human traits, because you look at a character like that, you're like, all right, it's just
Well, I want to say, where's Kevin Davis? Because Kevin Davis would give him a hug.
Are you sure you would really want him to give him a hug with those?
Kevin Davis would want to give him a hug. I didn't say that he should.
Dude, he's trying to hug the bear. So can you?
He wants to hug the bear. He would also want to hug this guy. He'd be like, "Oh, he's having a bad day. Let's give him a hug."
I think the
Kevin
bear would
Davis
give him
totally
a
would.
better shot of living. Instead of this.
The bear's already undead, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you: do you practice martial arts?
No.
No. Okay, I was just curious.
So a lot of people do ask me. So I will tell you, since we just met and it's lovely talking and listening to all your stuff, right? So I came up with this story from watching 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag.
I love
It's in a duffel bag.
And
Listen to the story. Wait till you see this.
If you don't know 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag, that was a movie mid-90s, like 95, 96, about Joe Pesci was a mobster, and he got paid $1 million to, if I get this right, on contracts of people, and he had to cut off their heads.
I'm immediately on Google. Like right now, I'm Googling this.
Google it. That's where the dark legend. That's where the dark legend of the foreigner came from. Watching 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag, and I tell people that, and they look at me like I got about 10 heads, And I go, he goes, "How'd that come from that?" I'm like, well, you could be inspired by anything that you listen to, that you watch. Driving down, something, you see something at a stop sign or people walking on the street. Writers that are created can create content from anything that they see, where if they vacation someplace, if they, they could just get inspired by different things. Doesn't have to be a music or song or a movie. I'm a big movie person, and I saw that, and I thought that I was actually working in hotels at the time, and I thought, and the picture of my dad that was on the right was, I was like 19 or 20, working in a small hotel in like Western Nassau. It was a boutique hotel, singly owned, and I came home working like a 17-hour day. And I was like, and I watched this movie, and my dad was up. Like I said, I was like 18 or 19, and then I'm like, my dad's like, he's like, "What'd you think of the movie?" I'm like, "I thought it was god awful," and I said, and he goes, "If you thought it was god awful, then why don't you write something?"
Yeah.
So my dad wrote a poetry book. That's him, because he passed away last year. He had cardiac arrest. He was watching my mom, so so I kind of found him. So, Ralph knows the whole story.
Yeah.
So, been very supportive of him and Shadow and a bunch of other people around in our little small community. But it was hard because, he inspired me to write it. So I have that up there, because during COVID, when Cradlecon opened, he came and got to see how I set up and everything. So it was pretty awesome. So without him telling me or pushing me to write the Dark Legend, I wouldn't be here right now. Ralph, I met how many years ago? 17, right? 2017,
wow.
Something like
2017, 2016, 2000, one of those two.
No, I think it was 2017, and I met him at a con. We always joke about this every time I bring this up. It was a con that, that me and Ralph went, and I'm like, and I joke about it. I'm like, yeah, me and Ralph went to the same con, and surprisingly, they shut down. Joking, like, but they just weren't spending the money to do it anymore. If I believe that, right? Well, am I right about that?
Yeah, well, they got shut down by the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was pandemic era, a lot of them were like, sorry.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it was doing okay, and then pandemic came and
pandemic just shut
never
it
came
down.
back.
But it was awesome just being inspired to write it, and I continue to write, so I get inspired by the people that come out, whether I'm in MegaCon, or if I'm doing Boston or wherever I'm going. The people that have come have grown each year that I have done. Oh my God, no, you didn't. You brought this one.
No, I was like, oh, it's this, and you were like,
No,
son of a.
oh my God, like we talk about this video
7 years ago. There you go.
yeah,
7 years ago.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, there's little Jake. I showed Jake. Jake's my son, so he's so he always is like, it's like I can find that video that Ralph did.
I can find it so easy.
I know you can because it comes up. I said Frank Stefano on East Coast, and it comes up, and because Jake will ask me, he's like, I can find this, and like not even like he's like, oh, I don't want to look at this.
Oh, it's so funny to see his son in this because his son is like all over that table.
Yeah, he really is. His eyes are going all over. Like I don't know what should I do when I'm on camera. It's funny. And then every time, like I'm like, Jake, why don't you bring it up? No, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this. It's funny.
Gosh.
That's funny.
It's hilarious. But yeah, man, the Dark Legend has grown my name. It's really, grown at these cons, and the fact that, I mean, I'm going to significant cons. Like I'm doing New York City Comic Con.
Great.
I've it's kind of scared me, and I tell Ralph this all the time, kind of scared me. But this year I'm like, let me take the 2 days. Let me see if I could go ahead and go and do this. And I did. And, like I said, I got in because I think my dad was like looking over and being like, hey, I got you in, and some other significant cons in the country. I'm doing FanX, which is all the way in Utah. That's, it's around my dad's birthday. So maybe I'm going to, blow it out of the water over there too. So,
That's cool.
Definitely I have a guardian angel kind of looking over me because of this. So, I truthfully, I was texting Ralph on the side, and it was one of the few people that I told him early about, hey, I got into New York. I was just like, like because I didn't expect it. And I'm like, oh, my dad definitely had to be watching over me for getting into that one, it's going to be great, but yeah, bringing the Dark Legend to life is, I got 2 more books on the way. I'm still writing both of them, by the way, and 2 back-to-back stories that both stories are instead of doing one big book, I'm just splitting 4 and 5 into a 2-part book because so it's like
that big.
Yeah, it's I mean the file on the first, unedited, of course, is probably about 120,000 words.
Oh my gosh.
And then the second one, I only have about 65, 70 right now, and I'm just getting to the climax.
Only. He says only.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to the climax of the story, so that's probably like there's a lot of more details that have to start coming, but I just haven't had like those stories are like 200,000 word stories.
Wow.
Not
I can barely write a short.
not combined, but like when I listen to people, I'm like, for the most part, like my stories, I mean, usually they're about a little under 300 pages. The second book that I did was Dark Lords. Like it was the shortest one, but I like the third one. I didn't expect such a long gap between it. So I'm going to tell you with that. So with Dark Lords, I put out was about 156 pages, but I made it short for a reason because I was setting up for the third, which was I think it's about 306. Maybe that was about 100,000 words. After edits, I believe. So I had written that one 2014, I think. I started to write that one. And when my godmother was still alive, her lights went out. So, and she really was not mobile. And I brought my laptop over to her house because I didn't know how long we were going to be there. So I went over with mom and I pulled my computer out. Guess what was in the side of the computer? A USB that Frankie stupidly broke.
Oh no.
I didn't break it. I shattered it.
Damn.
So it cost me about almost $2,000 to get that
no.
fixed.
Wow.
But they did fix it. So there was a computer store on Long Island that Best Buy uses. It's also a big, but they had to send it out. They sent it out to Micro Center, big company that that they really patch things together. They patch those things together.
At least they were able to pull that thing out of there, because losing that would have been a major loss.
Oh my,
Yeah.
Well, that was I mean, how much effort it took me, about 6 weeks, 8 weeks to write that. Because I work for Coke, at the time I was a merchandiser, and I basically had to pull something, lifting something. I felt something in my lower groin. So I went out on comp, and I started to kind of write that at a little before, but man, that just it took me so long to save that type of money in order to fix that. It was rough, and at one point I was like, am I gonna get this back? I don't even know, because I had notes on it, but I didn't have I had character notes and I had some plots, but I didn't have the development parts of that, which you have that on.
I gotta say that I learned that lesson really fast. I have the files in different places because I don't like them in one place, because things happen.
Yeah, things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I was thankful, and then people that come, even still, I get some people at different areas that's like, oh, you finally get the third one. What took so long? And then I'm like, well, you got about 10 minutes, So I tell them, they're like, oh my god, and he's like, so I kind of praise the third one more because that meant so much more. The first couple did, because my dad inspired me to write, and he continued to do that, but that is just, it was sickening, just knowing what happened, and it was like a 7-year gap between it, whatever, just sending it out.
Sometimes it takes a while. I know a lot of people like to get on top of what's the say from Game of Thrones.
George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, it just takes a while to do certain things, and we know this. The story it's only going to finish itself when it's ready to be finished.
See, people, even when you have people on here, Ralph, people question, how do you know not to go back and do rewrites and stuff like that? And I'm going to be telling you, and, both of you write. So, it's easy to say, even my wife asked, she's like, how do you know when you're done with the story? When we start talking,
Yeah.
I said, because you could go and, and change things, and I don't like this, I don't like that. I don't do that. I'm like, I feel satisfied whenever. I know that's probably more uncommon than not.
Oh, definitely.
So,
I don't know. I think at some point it needs to stand on its own, and that's how I feel about my script. I finished it. It went into production. I've made one change since 2018.
Wow.
One. So again, I think the script is pretty sound. I went through the process. I did the rewrites, and then I went back again with an editor, and I need to leave it alone. It's good the way it is. So when I start monkeying with it, and then I think it can get muddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. When I'm done, I'm done.
Yes.
I don't want to go back. Did I develop? I looked at I have a great editor, and I go back, and I'm like, if I start going back, I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't, and I mean, she she's the one that's worked on the 3 Dark Legends. So it's not like I'm going to have another editor work on that, because then they'll do something different, right? So all I do is
the
write.
editor also brings you a continuity, you know, because like Laurie has, she's been working with the same editor. If you bring in another editor, you're going to have a whole different
100%.
They'll have a whole different take. They'll have a whole different feel.
Right. You know, and I don't want to do that to, you know, my stories, because she does such a great job on it. I mean, that's, you know, that's the way it is. You know, I just feel comfortable with how she knows the direction, what direction she has the feel of my writing.
Good editor is really important.
Yes.
I can tell you folks, I am not a writer that can write well. So I know that I need a good editor. I know I need an editor that's going to go in there and go, Ralph, this and this and this and this. You know, you need to fix this. You need to fix that. And I know this already, because I just already know that my writing style, or the way I write, I'm looking more to putting the story together than I am to getting everything right. So I'd rather have an editor come in and go, this is what you need to fix. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, but see, like, my editor just does, and I'm going to say something, you know, I mean, you guys, I mean, editing, like, for like a book like that is not cheap. I'm sure you guys.
Oh, no.
Right.
Kind of figured.
That's why people I tell people all the time that, you know, writing, everybody thinks it's like an easy and cheap. I'm like, no. If you do it right, you're going to put a lot of money into this thing to make it happen, to get it done, especially if you know, when you need an editor. And editors are really important, and they're not cheap.
No.
Laurie, one more time, tell the people where they can find you and all the good stuff. Go for it.
All the good stuff is on the Kickstarter. I'm Laurie Calcaterra, writer, creator of Path of the Pale Rider, the most insane Western apocalypse series that you should be reading. It is live. Ooh, we got a backer. It is live on Kickstarter right now. This is where you can get all the books and all the merch and all the cool stuff and the hot sauce and all that and the stretch goals. And again, this is the most important time for me as a creator. This guarantees that I can pay my artist team and my editor, and that we can continue to give you the good stuff, right? So definitely here. You can follow me on all my socials. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Threads, Blue Sky. I'm hardly ever on Blue Sky and Twitter, but I'm there. You can also watch me every week on a podcast called The Tuesday Morning Brew. You can follow my YouTube page. It's just at Laurie Calcaterra 360. Or I'm also part of the Madness Entertainment group. So I play there as well. And it's on just about every channel you could think of. So yeah, I'm pretty active on socials, so I'm easy to find. A good place to also be is the Path of the Pale Rider group on Facebook. We have a page and we have a group. Hey, it's Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy. Nice to see you. Thank you. And so the group, we're actually doing a fun thing right now. We're naming an undead pig. So if you want to be a part of the shenanigans, please join the Facebook group. All you got to do is answer one question, which is, do you like comic books? And I will let you in. So thank you again, you guys, for having me on the show and letting me showcase, my project, which I love very much. And I have met some wonderful people on my journey, like Chrissy and you guys and Kevin and, William Russell and my artist team, Gilbert and Matt and Rachel. And I feel very blessed. I guess I feel very blessed that I've gotten this far. We're on issue 7 and we're still having fun. So,
well, that's the main thing, and you're doing well with it as well.
Yeah,
so, and man, you're
love the journey.
I hustle.
I see that.
Oh, we know you hustle. Well, after all the stuff we saw, we know you hustle.
Yeah. I hustle. I'm on every show. And yes, George Medina, sign up for notification, people. This is great. He will launch hopefully soon, right? October. Thank you. I'm already signed up for this one, so you guys got to sign up too.
Folks, just to let you know, when you signed up to get notified, it's something free that you can actually do, and it helps the creators so much because once they kick off, they get put into a better place in the algorithm. You know, the more followers they have, they can even start off the whole thing as a project we love. And of course, come on, how can you not love this? I knew I had to do a shameless plug because it's time for the shameless plug.
It's funny.
I keep telling Jorge that he shouldn't have named it this because now I am going to continue to do shameless plugs.
I don't think he's going to complain. I'm just
no.
Dude, and this shameless plug looks so cute, man.
Isn't he cute?
Oh my god!
I can't wait. I am really looking forward to it.
Notice he's winking at all of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's so cheeky. Oh my goodness.
And just so you guys know, I wanted to show off our friend Bruce, who does the beautiful wooden covers, and he does a fantastic job. That's a wooden.
Is there
cover.
Wood?
That's a wooden cover.
Wow.
That
explains it. I was like, why are they 500? It's because he's painting them by hand, isn't he? Wow.
I think all this. I think he paints. I'm not sure. I know a lot of this is burned into the wood.
Yeah, but you can't burn it in with color. He has to be painting it somehow.
Somehow, you know. And he's been on the show a couple of times, and he shows off all this stuff. Dude, this guy just does amazing stuff.
Right.
Look at that. He even made his own business card.
Wow. Yeah, Christy, you're talking about George Medina backing 357 projects. Yep.
Oh, definitely. You know, Jorge is he actually puts his money where his mouth is.
Right.
He is everywhere, and he helps everybody out.
He's good people.
He is. He's great.
And his books are all ages, so everybody can read them. So.
You know, you guys have to check out Wonder Duck, and he's actually has a mini series coming out for Wonder Duck at your local comic store. So hit them up and tell them that you want Wonder Duck, and they'll bring it in.
Chrissy is a writer as well.
Oh, cool.
Chrissy. CL's, or no, that's not Chrissy. That's CL Zeno. I'm sorry. That's I'm tired. I'm sorry, CL. My brain is at 11:18. I'm calling you Chrissy. She goes by her initials as well, but for good God, I'd back it just from that number alone. He was on my show a couple weeks ago. He is a writer. I was like, it's a different writer, but he writes a series called Drunk Mom, which is hilarious.
The name sounds great. You know,
it's an amazing book. It's his superhero lady. She used to be an alcoholic. She is clean, but they think that she relapsed because she's out every night fighting crime. And so she's tired and disheveled, and her sidekick Craig is the funniest sidekick you can ever get, and he's like constantly trying to like get her a superhero outfit, and it's just all wrong. It's just so funny. So you have to check out Drunk Mom. You're in pre-launch, right, CL, or did you launch yet? Because I think he's going to be live soon.
Well, CL, come on and we'll talk all about it. Mm-hmm. We love doing that here. We love Kickstarters. And folks, remember, nobody's making money off these Kickstarters. They're just trying to fund their next book. Well, you are, because you've got all that stuff on your Kickstarter.
That goes directly to Gilbert and Matt. So everybody else makes money except for me. I was
going to say, if you ever do it, you do it like Laurie, and then you make a ton of money.
Yeah, you can make a ton of money and pay your artists too. That's what I'm doing.
We appreciate the shameless plug as well, CL.
There you go. I'll plug you for sure.
All right, folks, and I hope you have loved the show. Go check out Frank at Boston Fan Expo. Laurie, what's your next con?
I was scheduled to go to Mockingbird Lane in September, but it sadly the venue got damaged in those big floods that were happening in Texas. So that one has been postponed. We'll have more information when we get an update from them. And if not that one, then I will be at Red River in Ardmore, Oklahoma, the last weekend in September. So I took August off. The kids go back to school. I needed to regroup after my Kickstarter and help my kids get back to school. And then I'll be back in action in September.
And of course, folks, we will be at Terrificon this weekend, and look at all these beautiful people: Simonson, Claremont, Hickman, Englehart, Starlin, Jurgens, Eastman. Come on, folks.
Wow.
Dude, that is what you want to see at a Comic-Con. And this is just the guys doing the comics. You should see all the other things that they have lined up for Terrificon. But that alone should get you there.
Yeah. Again, I would like to teleport. Can someone please get that done?
Oh my God. It's always great to see all these guys. These are
real.
legends in comics, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an all-star lineup.
I mean, how much is the ticket to see one of them, let alone the whole group?
Exactly.
I mean, like, I'm not familiar with all of them, but Claremont, Hickman, and Eastman signed me up for those three. Like, those are influential to me as a writer.
Fantastic, guys. Go check them out. Go, dude. It's Mohegan Sun. It's in a casino. So you got like a bunch of things happening at Terrificon. You got a casino. You got a bunch of things. And folks, I'm telling you, this is just like the little bit, because you also have Superman and Green Lantern and the Flash and Manhunter and Captain America.
Yeah,
dude, that's what I love about.
I didn't know he was the voice for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Terrificon, because they get you all the geekery, the comics.
They hit you
related to everything. Yeah.
Wow, you met 3.
He's met 3 of them. Yep, Englehart, Starlin, and Claremont. I've met those.
They're on my bucket list.
Folks, go check these people out. Go have some fun. Go to a convention, especially the little ones. Go support those, because those are important. And sometimes those are the most fun.
Because that's where I'm at, the little ones.
Exactly. We love the little ones. So, folks, I'll do what I always do. I'll press the button,